can go with top or bottom once they get towards that level 6.
And it is a very, very similar strategy to the last game of the regular season where 100 Thieves did defeat Evil Geniuses. They, instead of the Galio, since that's banned away, they used Twisted Fate. Very similar in global pressure. Should be a similar strategy where Ryoma tries to play off of Contractz, off of Ssumday's aggression early. And just like that previous game, they have the very safe Ashe and Tahm Kench bottom lane to try and disengage, try and farm up for later, where you can add the arrows and add extra CC to start it off if they're able to get that top side ahead. Meanwhile, for EG, much more kind of well-rounded composition from them. They did fall to FlyQuest when they tried to bring out the Xayah Rakan last time around, but let's see if they can do better this time. As Bang, definitely one of the big hard carries for them later on.
I cannot wait to see a 7 versus 6 seed, 6 and 600 Thieves in the last few games versus the 5 and 8 Evil Geniuses in the last few games. Round 1 continues here, and we're about to see 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses.
That's right. With the
And it is time to see how much homework both teams have done. Will they pass the test, Kobe? A lot of these players have been on teams together. Will that matter? Will it just be the first blood that carries them through the advantage? So many things can happen here in a best-of-5 series.
Yeah, they had better pass this test, Riv, because if you don't pass this test, you are out. This is the end of the line. Elimination match for both teams here. They are in the lower bracket, so you have to continue to win all the way through. Work your way towards that world's contention spot at the very top.
Yep.
Gonna have to start right now. Everybody opening up in very defensive positionings. Contractz does the very common drop your ward, go back for a sweeper. Svenskeren does exactly the same on the Graves here, and you see kind of mirrored starts for themselves. Nidalee and Graves as a matchup is actually really interesting to me because both of them super good at power clearing. A lot of it does revolve around getting the early vision from invades, getting deep wards to see where the other one started, and then playing off the winning lanes. Because if they meet each other in full vision of both of the other ones, it's kind of a stare down contest. There's not a lot of commitment there unless Nidalee gets the spear from a bush or something like that. And it's a lot about jungle pathing. This is really interesting to me to try and track for these players. Obviously, we mentioned the Renekton Nidalee glory combo that you want to try and play off of because it does set up the CC so well. So it'll be interesting to see how Svenskeren tries to guard against that and Contractz tries to play off it. Immediately with the red start, of course, we saw Contractz go for the delayed invade, taking away some of Sven's bottom side and trying to split the map.
Yeah, this will be really nice as well, too. Cody Sun can just farm away. Poome and Cody know they're going to get engaged down a few times, so it'll be nice to know Svenskeren isn't hiding on the bot side as well as Contractz takes over that vertical jungle style. Where he goes, nobody knows. He heads towards the bot. So, yeah, he picks up his blue.
And that's a really good point, Riv. I mean, where he goes, nobody knows because they did not have vision on him. So we will see Svenskeren's Graves kind of unawares. Zeyzal does push up and they finally get sight of Contractz. But Contractz wearing the red buff at that time. They're like, oh, did he come from the other side? Finally, question mark pings go down. Svenskeren, as we see, did not have any of the defensive wards on the bottom side. Finds that he's been had. Contractz gets out like a true thief, counter jungling that red quadrant.
The heist starts early. And not even really needing too much off of that. Cody Sun and Poome were seen leaving. Or maybe they figured he didn't take as much as he did. Svenskeren cleans up Krugs. Top side is just a bit back and forth here as Huni takes a good wallop from Ssumday to start, but he should be fine with potions and biscuits as he's farming here close to his turret.
Yeah, in a lot of matchups we see Renekton take, press the attack for the early burst damage in some of them, but Conqueror's so good versus tanks, so good versus Ornn. He can definitely bully Huni early on, and that's why we keep trying to say, okay, when's Contractz going to get over there? When is he going to try and play off this top triangle? Ryoma, the Twisted Fate, you have to keep your eyes on, level 6 for him. Contractz going to have a little bit of contest here on the Scuttle Crab. Svenskeren a little bit late, and Contractz by taking that, you seal off the rest of the map. Now Svenskeren is left being counter-jungled in the early starts of the game with no options. He's been spotted, there's no camps up, he has to wait for respawns here, which is kind of ridiculous. He's also just hanging around topside waiting for the possible dive, but Contractz knows he doesn't have to waste any time going for that because he just saw Sven.
Still sweeping too. He feels like he might be tracked right now as his jungle has just been taken, and timing on his camps is Contractz knowledge as well. Contractz back on his own red, and that will be a successful, what is that, late 3? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
goes around slow rolling.
What we're seeing on the screen right now is why, especially in solo queue, I always get so tilted when people just kind of AFK at the beginning at their towers and don't put down defensive wards in the river on both sides. The fact that 100 Thieves got to slip in to EG's red quadrant for the late invade and steal away the red buff without giving information over Svenskeren to know that Svenskeren should go and counter on their side just sets up this huge jungle difference for the beginning of the game. And Contractz goes for the early recall here. Skirmishers plus the Amp Tome going to have a very big advantage.
Going back to his Raptors too. Svenskeren looking for that to spawn at this time. He just pinged it out as he's waiting on that, farming them now. And his lane's pushed on the bot side, so maybe he can get a bit of pressure on a counter if it happens off of this. But it's just going to fizzle out as nobody's really in range to engage or get the extended fight through. Poome just walking around. He's feeling good. They feel confident on the bot side due to the strength that Contractz has. And it's a bit of a flex, too. They don't know if Contractz is up with the Drake doing it. Poome's just stepping up like carelessly, as it seems, but they know they're in control.
Yeah. And the reason we're talking so much, looking at the perspective of 100 Thieves, is because looking at the comps, this is the team that has to make the early moves. Evil Geniuses have very good scaling on their side. Obviously, Ornn gets Ornn items, but Xayah Rakan scales super well for damage output. Orianna provides so much utility for team fights later on, and that's why the onus is actually on 100 Thieves to create some of these advantages, with the earlier game focus picks that they have. And taking Dragon is a huge part of that. Anytime you have these types of comps, you want to start your Dragon stacking as early as possible so that you can threaten Soul earlier in the game before Ornn gets to his point of handing out the upgraded items, before Xayah has multiple crit multipliers in her build. So the next step in that, 100 Thieves now, level 6 on Twisted Fate. EG need to play around that. It's on GoldenGlue and his jungler to try and keep vision of Twisted Fate, and that's why you see the ward even in lane.
That's what I'm looking at as well, Kobe, where these plays could be made off Destiny, how much more vision control they can get on these maps. TP's down towards the bot side again. That's going to be Poome getting back to lane. He goes back to flash heal as they keep setting this up. Looking at how this game is playing for 100 Thieves, just so calm and slow right now. We have to remember, Ssumday, Cody Sun on a team when this started for 100 Thieves as things switched up. And just the way they've been able to go 6-6 in the past few weeks shows how well they're working together with, one, a new player in Poome, two, Contractz, who's been just climbing through the ranks and trying to better himself as a player throughout the splits. Cody Sun and Poome look for that first engage on the Xayah Rakan, which you're not expecting. But yeah, 100 Thieves just firing on all cylinders, it seems, and really flowing well.
He's calibrating the aim here. First arrow is a hit. Got him. And now they know I'm going to be on point with these. I think it's a really cool topic, though, especially Poome, because it's so crazy. When I first heard that Poome had only been playing League of Legends for 2 years and had made it so far, his rise up the ranks was incredibly quick. That being said, there is so much pressure on him. This is his first best of 5 series at any level, at amateur, at academy, at LCS. Because his rise was so quick up to the LCS level, he never even got that experience in a competitive best of 5 at any of the other levels. So there's a lot of pressure on this, in addition to obviously it being an elimination, playoff series for them. So definitely going to be hyper focused on him as a rookie and his performance in this series.
And the other side too, EG, this team has been together across the board for years as well in different capacities. As we see Ssumday go on to Huni in the top side. Huni and Bang together, right, on SKT. at one point GoldenGlue and Zeyzal, and then the summer after that, Svenskeren. So every one of these two guys on EG as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of long-standing relationships.
Absolutely.
In the LCS, I definitely love the ones that still duo on stream after leaving their teams as well. Especially your Huni and Bane combination that you're talking about.
Yep.
Definitely one of the more comical ones. But the combination with Ssumday I'm looking for right now is still Contractz. And Contractz on the Nidalee has been able to keep most of his early farming lead. He has been able to focus on the objectives as well. Obviously, the Dragon already taken up. That's step number 1 because you want to get that timer ticking. But if you can get a solo Rift Herald without having to utilize the pressure of your laners, you don't have to call them over. They don't miss anything. This is tremendous value for Contractz. He gets next spawn of the Scuttle Crab. He gets basically a free solo Rift Herald. It's actually insane how much extra pressure you're going to get out of that. Now they go for the dive with the Twisted Fate.
Oh, they see clearly on this one. Svenskeren coming in just a little late as they try to smoke screen Ryoma down, but First Blood going over to 100 Thieves as they continue the heist. An arrow on the bot side to Zeyzal, as it's a bit chaotic, but the fight here in control of 100 Thieves. Bang turns this, but there's a huge minion wave. He has to Feather Storm right away to clear this one out, and they'll be safe, but low on resources in the bot side for EG.
And just like, you dream of with Renekton Nidalee, stun him up and then nail the spear, he instantly goes down, so there's no danger for 100 Thieves off of that play. They were so safe in this. Just look at the replay. Even though Svenskeren's right there, it does not matter. Twisted Fate ultimate, you can roam first, flash in from Ssumday to ensure that he's able to set it up. And with Ryoma landing, plus the extra burst damage there, Contractz, they just surgically remove Huni from Summoner's Rift and are able to get their empowered recalls out right after. Contractz can hold on to the Rift Herald Eye, by the way, for extra tempo in these recalls. It actually feels so nice, the accelerated recall with your Eye of the Rift Herald in inventory. And he doesn't have to blow the Rift Herald soon. He can save it until you whittle down on a few more of the outer turret plates. Once you get down to oh, let's get another replay here. I guess we missed probably a solo kill. GoldenGlue gets the shockwave in on Ryoma, and he does get a flash blown. Okay, so it's not a kill, it's just a flash blown, but still, shockwave for flash blown off screen. Thank you for the catch, observers.
GoldenGlue coming up big there in the mid. Nicely done. Also on that play for Ssumday, holding up that ferocity so he gets the empowered W. Just the little things they set in order to make sure they lock Huni down on that tanky Ornn. Battle dance, or I should say entrance in from Zeyzal. As he battle dances back, he still has one more to give to Bang. There's the shield follow-up. Svenskeren on the Contractz as Ryoma now has to walk down to this fight. And a good dodge by Svenskeren on the Javelin of Contractz. This one's going to continue. It looks like GoldenGlue's in a way to pinch Ryoma in. They're trying to go as the Devourer from Poome tries to save Ryoma. I don't know if it's going to be enough as 100 Thieves are now swarmed by EG in their own jungle. And Ryoma is trying to limp away from this one as Contractz being pushed out on the other side, and EG is winning a fight on all fronts.
Huge call here for Evil Geniuses. They make the call to trap 100 Thieves on the bottom side. Ssumday does not teleport down, and they get multiple kills for them. The scaling team here with a huge sweep of extra gold for themselves, even though they leave the Renekton split pushing on top side. Oh no, the Renekton's going to get a bunch more plates by himself. They still get a plate on the bottom side with Huni's teleport down, plus the team play rewards them with a dragon, putting a stop to the 100 Thieves win condition of the early soul pressure for themselves, even though Ssumday is going to be a giant monster in this game, which is true of most 100 Thieves games, by the way. That is a big early game move here from EG. And Zeyzal specifically, he makes a big play later onto the Blast Cone. So we can look at the setup here. EG knows they have Ryoma kind of pincered here in the river because GoldenGlue's heading down also. So it's a dangerous situation, and you get Poome flashing over first. He's then going to devour Ryoma, but Zeyzal goes right for the charm. And then one of the ranged auto attacks pops that cone. So Zeyzal goes in to lock them up on the other side of the cone while he's in the belly. And then they get the range auto attack to pop it, getting the 2-for-1, getting the extra kills for themselves, even chasing down Contractz for the last one.
and got him. Almost take down the turret too. After all of this, AG backs and 100 Thieves is able to answer with quite a few plates on the bot side of the map. I believe that's Rift going down as well. Kobe, you were talking about how good it feels to back with Rift. As a support, we get to know that, all right? So enjoy. Enjoy grabbing that.
It definitely does, and then you get to the point where it's getting close to 14 minutes. You're like, oh, I keep backing, and I haven't gotten my plates yet, and then you start to feel pretty bad. And especially if you die and your Herald Eye expires while you're in the fountain, then all of your dopamine from your quick recalls just goes right in the trash. Yeah.
It's that good for you, huh? You run out to back. Kobe, this guy. Look for him in your game. Oh, onto mid lane, Ryoma. A lot of damage here, and he doesn't have any means to get out of this one. EG's now starting to clean up kills pretty quick around the map. It doesn't mean too much right now, but it does mean advantage on the mid lane. As plates are gone, they'll get a bit of damage here. As 100 Thieves still have a chance to set up. They still have that strength, and Ssumday for now a 40 CS lead on the top side, but Huni's not too worried. He's Ornn. He's a tank, and he's completely fine with the way things are going right now.
Yeah, you lock in Ornn, you're like, I'm a team player. I'm scaling. Straight from the beginning, I am scaling. This is a Conqueror Renekton. I don't have any business trying to, win 1v1s. His focus is on minions. His focus is on, helping the team, and that's what he did with his teleport down to the bottom side. That was such a big play considering the compositions and the difference here. Now the pressure is actually on 100 Thieves. If GoldenGlue can continue to attack this Twisted Fate, attack Ryoma in the mid lane, then it takes away one of the big points where 100 Thieves are trying to use that global to, make those big plays off of strong Ssumday, off of strong Contractz.
Oh, almost follow up on that Predator. Can they continue to go on him? Ssumday's going to be able to get out alive here. Svenskeren back in a bit of a tricky spot. It was his own jungle, but 100 Thieves is hungry right now as they try to pick up a kill there. Ever so slowly creeping up to that next Rift Herald as it gets attacked now by the side of 100 Thieves. EG sets up mid lane, and Huni looks like they're going to try to pick up Poome here. Wow, gold card from Ryoma to maybe stop this engage, but it looks like Poome gets knocked up Charm, and he is going to be going down. GoldenGlue picks that one up, and that's exactly who I kind of wanted to talk about. Playing since, 2013 or more, and he's been on rosters, he's been benched, he's been on rosters. And I think he's kind of been overlooked a lot, Kobe. And now showing up is he's been playing spectacular when the pressure is even on him more.
Yep, he never gives up. I think that's the main thing repeated about GoldenGlue over and over. That plus Scrim God. And it's an interesting topic that has come up, with all the teams playing from home. Some of the players, FBI specifically, mentioned it as helping him out and helping him have this kind of all-star season for himself on Golden Guardians. Similar thing here for GoldenGlue. He was always talked about as being a scrim god, and that's why he kept showing back up on all these teams, and teams kept on giving him chances. Here he gets hit with an arrow, though.
Protect will be there. Kind of absorbs a bit of that damage as you see his javelin cut right through. He's got a 300 gold bounty that gets cut as his minion wave goes down. But they want him. They want to get that bounty back. They want to shut down his mojo right now in the game, and he is just feeling good. 30 CS up on his lane, so counteracting even what Ssumday's able to do up top. Not worried there. 20 CS for Bang as they've been able to push back Cody Sun and Poome, and here a fight for Poome once again. Thinking his summoners may be down. His flash is up, so he may be able to draw a bit more aggro from the side of Evil Geniuses, but Ocean Drake seems to all be sealed by them after that.
Yeah, I mean, EG, because they make the two really big kind of mid-game plays, and even a bit early game, with that teleport to the bottom side where they took second dragon, they put a stop to the dragon stacking of 100 Thieves, plus got a bunch of gold for themselves. That just turns the tides, of these team comps so much, since they also have the safety of the stronger scaling for themselves. I also like how Svenskeren is going the lethality build on Graves. You don't have to worry about armor, even on the frontline members of 100 Thieves. Because it is a Renekton, and Ssumday is trying to make the most of his advantage, trying to completely bully this Ornn. He's building offensive items, right? He hasn't built a single piece of armor yet. There's no cloth armor, in inventory there, or for many of the other members on 100 Thieves. So it is going to be a lot of effectiveness out of that. You mentioned his bounty. He despite the early invade, despite the counter jungling that Svenskeren had to deal with, the team for EG have been playing a lot more coordinated and reaped quite a few rewards. Now they're the ones with the extra dragon advantage, and they're feeling quite good about the opening of this series.
Yeah, that's where I was going next is Svenskeren. Just seeing how calmly he accepted the fact that the jungle was being invaded. Sure, it's Nidalee. If I fight her, she'll hop over a wall maybe, but just going back to ganking lanes and doing it the traditional way. Here comes the TF ulti. Ryoma in with the gold card. Zeyzal's there, but the battle dance gets him to bang even if they want to get out of this fight. Svenskeren pushes in from the jungle as EG's starting to snuff out a bit of the vision here that 100 Thieves has. So 100 Thieves only has a bit of road to work with when they go for these engages. Now Ssumday, he is caught in the river and without a paddle. Contractz able to get here. Poome coming in to try and get a Devour save. The Conqueror is up and Huni is down. That one's quickly turned, and you cannot think Ssumday is ever stuck in there. You're stuck in there with him.
Yeah, congratulations. You caught a Renekton by yourself in the river. Guess what? He's going to turn on you. Ssumday immediately stacks up his Conqueror, rips right through Ornn. He's on Blade of the Ruined King plus the Black Cleaver. And we were talking about, yeah, he doesn't have a single cloth armor in there. He doesn't need defense when he's fighting an Ornn tank in the river. So he fully stacks up. Contractz comes around. 100 Thieves get something back for themselves where they desperately need it because we had just watched them miss a play with some of their key abilities. Twisted Fate, Ultimate, and Ashe Arrow were down. Again, EG try and make a pass at Ssumday, but that is not the area you should be attacking. I honestly do not think that you should be attacking 100 Thieves' strength right now. Keep trying to play off their weaknesses. Keep trying to scale up.
So, big focal points for both teams here. I feel like EG has a few more options with Sven and GoldenGlue having a bit of that power. Ssumday's only getting bigger, though, and on a side lane, he's able to kind of spread that power of EG thin. And it may mean nothing if he can just keep pushing in lanes and dominating Huni. 100 Thieves setting up now. They still have that Ashe Kobe. They still have Destiny. I feel like they have a lot of options. And they cannot ball up for EG. They are so hungry. EG's looking for fights everywhere, and rightfully so. As Zeyzal moves through with his ultimate up, it looks like they may try to get one here. A battle dance, there's the quickness, and they go right in. As we say it, they pull the trigger, and Poome may be the one to die. He's first to go down, and Ssumday is just off on the side of the fight as he couldn't get there in time. They may want it, though. Dominus is up, a slice out of the fight, and he will be able to get himself to safety. Ssumday is in the jungle, but still being chased by evil geniuses. They smell blood in the water, and they will not stop.
Again, Riv, the team play from EG has been so much better. It's really telling when the team with Twisted Fate Ultimate and Ashe Arrow looking for a pick hits an Ashe Arrow, and they have to flash out. They completely are warded off here. Evil geniuses once again grouping up to chase them down. Zeyzal with the chase, and then GoldenGlue shockwave back in, grabbing the kill, earns them another objective. And guess what? Ornn's level 13 now. Huni finally got to cash in. His brain for scaling for later has finally paid off. He's upgraded both of his Ornn items, and now we'll get to start handing out the extra DPS to teammates. GoldenGlue will be first in line with that death cap. Here's 100 Thieves, though, another attempt.
Ooh, the Abyssal Warriors just short. Evil Geniuses still wants a bit of the back and forth as they throw out their abilities. Zeyzal now off in the wing, primary engage, and they have tried to do it from multiple screens away here, so expect Evil Geniuses to just dive right in once again. About 10 seconds on Zeyzal's ultimate, 26 on the Ocean Drake, so they may hold for now. They'll try to get ults or summoners now at 100 Thieves, as 100 Thieves cannot even control their own jungle. What a turn in this game from what Contractz was doing in the early game jungle. As soon as the lanes were able to break, we thought it would be the Destinies coming in of Ryoma, but it was Huni and the rest of the team getting to big fights, and now EG controls the map 22.5 minutes in. Baron's up, but it's all about this next Ocean Drake here, and they're going to put themselves on soul point as Svenskeren does this Drake uncontested.
Yep. EG super happy now, with their 5-on-5 setup. Obviously, 100 Thieves drafted for super early game, super aggressive play, global mid plus super strong, top end jungle. And, having the confidence to draft like that, I really like. I still think that I prefer when you have teams in the league that will draft for that. But it does mean if you make mistakes like the team fight down on the bottom side, and you give a bunch of gold and experience over to an EG style draft where they have the better 5-on-5, they have really good scaling, it means that the games can end up looking like this. While the gold lead isn't tremendous for EG and hasn't been this giant, crushing gold lead, because they have so much better scaling, that's why it's going to look like 100 Thieves have run out of so many options. They still do, they're hoping for, okay, maybe we can, get our pick, our Ashe Arrow, our Twisted Fate Ultimate. Ssumday is kind of is your bright spot, but next level here for Huni, he gets to upgrade GoldenGlue's Death Cap into the Death Crown, and GoldenGlue already had a very good game. He's landed his shockwaves. He pressured the Twisted Fate really well. Now with the extra ability power, he's super scaled. He's got one of the best scaling builds for Orianna as well, since he went with the Seraph, fully transformed now into the AP multiplier of Death Cap. It's just, there's just so much overwhelming power now, and this is a very confident and stable way for EG to start out this series.
In other words, extra swole, right?
Yep. The swole bros are definitely swole.
To sum it up, here we go, Zeyzal. Oh, almost a ball delivery going in as they look to put the finishing touches on 100 Thieves' outer turrets. Push here for Ryoma. Definitely going to have to be respected in a bit as Ssumday's clearing out a wave here. Ryoma has the Lich Bane, so he's definitely got turret damage to come out here, as every often on the abilities will do a nice chunk of damage. And he's going to grab one for the team, so they can protect second tier, but they have nothing in mid, which gives so much good protection for EG to continue to roam back and forth and feel safe in their own jungle.
That's right. When you're in this position, 100 Thieves, and you're facing a much stronger 5-on-5, you have to start playing the dangerous game of poking around the map, split pushing with your Lich Bane, Twisted Fate, with your super strong Renekton, and having them use the confidence of Twisted Fate Ultimate and the extra vision to get little wins across the map and then retreat before EG can catch you. That's one of the big things.
Yeah.
EG need to start using the Baron to their advantage, try and draw 100 Thieves into a confrontation so they can actually bring together their 5-on-5 and all of this extra power that they've got. Until then, 100 Thieves are looking to spread them apart and try and utilize the Twisted Fate ult plus Ashe Arrow to pick someone off before they're able to set up an objective.
All right, 100 Thieves doing a bit of ward work right now as they threw a few towards bot just to make sure this wouldn't happen. But Zeyzal says thank you very much on Vision Score. Cleans these up. Find Ssumday on full ferocity. That's not going to feel too good.
Do you ever ping your own Vision Score for a Riv, or just type letting everybody know, by the way, so I'm up to 73 now, everybody. Highest in the game.
So before, no, because zombie wards would just give junglers an unfair advantage because you're in lane with your partner and you're like, well, you have 50, I have 30. I look like a pleb right now, so I'm not even going to ping it.
Zombie ward, cheating the stats.
Yep. Svenskeren pushing a few off of the jungle right now. Poome and Contractz, that is, as they head back to safety and just clear out whatever resources they have. It seems like they've been in a drought right now for a little bit on the side of 100 Thieves. They were able to grab Infernal, but Ocean Drakes and Cloud sent over to the side of EG. Now there's a bit of a ping on Baron. That's 100 Thieves as they want to get some vision in there so they aren't pressured to look with their full team, or at least one.
Yeah, I mean, it really is thematic that 100 Thieves now have to steal stuff off the map, basically. Most of Summoner's Rift is controlled by EG, and it's up to 100 Thieves to try and get into their territory, steal away little bits of gold, little bits of objectives before EG comes to catch
for the
them.
master.
Here they go, looking for another pick.
Ooh, good smoke screen there. Svenskeren takes a bit of damage back as Ryoma outplays that. 100 Thieves feels good to step forward on this fight. Ssumday on the push towards bot lane. They are getting it back from Zeyzal. Actually, that's going to be Bang, looking alike. Those Stallions.
The teleport is a huge cooldown. Talking about stealing things away, it looked like, oh, that's another attempt for 100 Thieves. They don't get a pick. That doesn't matter if you don't get the pick, since they instantly burn the teleport, and that means 2 towers burned by Ssumday. So they're trying to continue with the split push here. They do get bottom inhibitor opened, but now it's time for a 5-on-5. EG, they've got the Ornn ultimate. Huni just needs to start it for them.
This is some of my favorite stuff, Kobe. When a team knows they have to work around their opponent because the fight is better, but 100 Thieves are still forced to the Drake. They're able to take it and stop Soul from Evil Geniuses, but they lose too. Still, the play is huge. And off the ball, they got the bottom inhibitor turret. EG's looking at Baron, though.
Yep, EG super happy with the Baron that they will be able to push with, losing no members. Yeah, they're sad they don't get the Smite fight here. They don't get the Ocean Soul and that overwhelming power. But that's what this setup gives you. You give your opponents a difficult question, okay? You basically have to fight this Ocean Soul fight because that's so much power. You're just going to get run over with it. Now, you either go for the steal, you try and get the extra kills on the outside. They're actually going to chase down a couple of 100 Thieves members, too. Here comes GoldenGlue.
Red Bull Baron buff powered, and now they're into this fight. GoldenGlue with the shockwave onto Poome. He's going to nail one right there. Redemption comes down, saving him for a little bit longer, but they're still going to be able to chip away at the Frog Man. Poome goes down. Both summoners there are gone from him. Pings down the lane, and GoldenGlue and Huni say, we are running this one up here. They do have pings on top. They think 100 Thieves might be pushing back, but they don't have to worry about that right now. Ssumday is going to be seen in mid, and GoldenGlue and team are going to feel great about pushing up.
Yeah, I mean, GoldenGlue's level 18 now. This is absolutely insane. He's got fully upgraded items, multiple multipliers here, and with Baron buff, you just run straight through all of the defenses here for 100 Thieves. This should be EG with the Baron buff, getting the inhibitor. Even probably getting another inhibitor tower, as you already see Huni buffing up the mid lane, trying to get that one in place as well.
Strong mid-game to what could be the finish here for Evil Geniuses. Contractz trying to run the show in the beginning, but Svenskeren just seems to say, that's all right, I have a game plan. We are the Evil Geniuses, and there's a method to our
Team game,
madness.
baby, team game.
Team game. Live Evil. 502 for Svenskeren. 304 for GoldenGlue, and 104, that 300 gold bounty for Bang. The whole team is vibing right now, Kobe, and EG is going to be hanging out here mid to push another wave in. They're not even worried about top. They're trying to go one after the other consecutively, and they got the cannon wave to do it.
GoldenGlue CS is actually insane right now. 336 at just over 30 minutes. It's past the 10 per minute mark. GoldenGlue is a freaking monster.
He is the state of farm, if you will. It's getting inhibitor in mid. As they go top, that wave's ready. The ping is there, and God, they're still so strong. Mana's there. Ocean's keeping them a bit topped off. 2 minutes until they even need to go down to the bot side. There's a pink ward there for 100 Thieves, so they'll know if anything's tricky to start. And, pull in. Poome looks like he could be in trouble. Contractz trying to help from the side, but the vision is lost in the jungle, and they're going to start knocking up Ssumday. He's caught between 4 right now, and instantly melts is the one that needs to stay alive for 100 Thieves. He slices, he dices, and he goes down himself. GoldenGlue picks up a kill, and so does Svenskeren, and it looks like EG is going to be in the base. 100 Thieves with the final touches on.
Yeah, it looked like Ryoma was trying to catch the minions and cut them off for a possible base rush, but the top side is already there, so EG don't have to worry about the mid lane minions. They just go straight top side with the double minion wave here. They will lay waste to the 100 Thieves base.
Oh, Kobe, a quick one back and forth in the beginning, but EG comes out swinging even harder here for game one. A huge game from the middle of the map all around, and EG coming together to take this first game of the series against 100 Thieves.
Neither one of the Swole Bros died a single time in this game. GoldenGlue farmed up a storm. No deaths, multiple kills, pressured the Twisted Fate. Svenskeren, he weathered the early storm of the invade because 100 Thieves got kind of a blind takeaway on the red quadrant, setting them up, and played with the team off of the bottom side. Those two team fights where EG were able to get mid-game gold for themselves were just huge in pushing them ahead, towards their 5-on-5.
Bang and Zeyzal bring out the Xayah Rakan for what is the first time. Crushing it, feeling good. And we also see Bang feeling good on that Xayah. It's just able to do what he can, going around. We know we can play it, but
Yeah,
the whole
they
team
played
playing
it
so
one time
well.
versus FlyQuest in their FlyQuest series.
Oh, in the play. Yeah. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. I was looking at what the regular season stats here, and I derped. But looking at how EG came out strong on that, I like the tank comp, as I was saying, coming in with their game against FlyQuest. When we saw Huni on Gnar, that was amazing. Put him on the Ornn, he can do the same things. GoldenGlue was on the Orianna that game. The initiations just seem impeccable here, and they come through this game with so much momentum that they are carrying it into game 2, and 100 Thieves has to rethink some things. And now it's time for us to step away, but when we return, the State Farm Analyst Desk will break that.